All right. I find it really difficult to work around people who are not Christ followers, but I don't mind working around people who are not Christ followers. But it's not easy. And the reason I have difficulty is because I'm easily influenced when it comes to being around it all the time, when somebody's cussing all the time, somebody's always bickering or putting other people down all the time. And I'm weak enough, you can be strong faith, but everybody's weak. If you're around it long enough, I'm weak enough myself that I find myself starting to think like that. I'm thinking, whoa, buddy, no, that's not going to work. Something's got to change. Well, you can change jobs, but what if your next job is just as bad, if not worse? I changed jobs once, and I thought it was going to be a Christian atmosphere, and it turned out to be one of my worst jobs ever. I mean, I like the work itself, but the atmosphere is like, my lands, what is this? Because that person is not like that at church. It's like, how in the world did I not see this? Well, people put on a pretty good show at church. And why do they do that? Well, they want to look good for their business. They want to look good for themselves. They want people to look up to them, thinking that they're, a Christian. There could be a lot of reasons. They want to be respected. But when they're outside of the workforce and they're completely different, and people don't see that, I will say this. Even if I didn't work at that particular job and found out that that person was like way off, then I would have never known. But I know who did know and does know and will always know even your darkest moments, even your secrets that you keep from everybody else. And that one person has the power to allow you to go into heaven or to allow you to be thrown in the pit of fire. And a lot of us will think you're going to heaven to find when the time comes that that's not where you went. We have to analyze our own life to make sure that we are on track. Because it doesn't matter how much effort you put into helping other people for whatever reason. If your own life isn't on track to follow Christ, then in the end, which is what matters the most, is not going to be what you expected, and is definitely not going to be what you like. So where are we in our Christian walk? How are you living your Christian life? It's a struggle for me on a daily basis. Maybe you're stronger than I am. Maybe your faith is more planted than what mine is. But I do know that Satan is so powerful that even someone who actually walks the walk, talks the talk, studies the word, Satan is going to try to tear them down. And sometimes we think he's going to come against us personally. And in a way he is, but the majority of the time he will go through someone else to manipulate you, a little at a time, to where you feel that your level of life that you're living now is normal. It's okay to drink wine once in a while. Jesus turned water into wine. Do your study. Oh, it's okay to say cuss words as long as I don't use God's name in vain. Really? Do your study. Oh, it's okay to tell a little white lie. It's not a big thing. Nobody got hurt. Do your study. Oh, it's okay to dress like I dress. You know, guys don't have to look in that area. Or girls don't have to look in that area. They don't like it, don't look. Whoa. Who's influencing who there? I think we need to refocus on how we live our Christian life. It's not all about flashy lights. It's not all about loud music. It's not all about how many numbers of people you can get into a building. It's about life, the way God would want us to live it. It's about being there for each other, but making sure that our focus is on Jesus Christ and our Heavenly Father. Because if our focus isn't right, then how can we honestly help somebody else get on the right path? Well, I'll tell you, God will use other people to put you on the track. But you're going to have to be the one to keep seeking and finding and searching and moving forward. Praying. Lots of prayer. But interact. Get involved. God has us here for a purpose. But what is that purpose? What is it that we long for? What is it that we feel that is just not there? So we're always constantly seeking, what is it that we're missing? Is this all that life has to offer? Well, the only one that's going to actually fill that void within is Jesus Christ. That's the missing point right there. If we don't fully have Jesus Christ in our life, you're going to have that emptiness. So if you think that you're doing all the right things, but yet you still feel there's something missing, then ask God for guidance. Ask God for the knowledge. Ask God for help to fill that void. But you got to remember, when you ask, you're also going to have to accept whatever task He gives you. Because if you say, oh, I can't do that, I'm not smart enough for that, or I don't have enough money for that, or I don't have enough time for that, you just ask how you can have that void filled. God's given you the direction to go. And now we're saying, I'm not smart enough. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough time. God's not going to have something for you to do without taking care of the rest of it for you. But it's still up to us because we have choice to make that decision. We're going to follow the path that He wants us to follow. And until then, what do we have? God bless.